Welcome, my lovely people. It's your girl, Inspiring Charm. And as you see, we're here to talk about the topic how to get rid of toxic people in your life. Thank you so very much for coming. I do appreciate you. And we're in for a Tuesday evening treat. I'm happy that you're able to join me. Let me know what you think of the topic below. How do you get rid of toxic people in your life? It could be toxic family members, it could be toxic co-workers, it could be toxic friends, it could, hello, welcome, thank you for coming. As you see today, we're talking about how to get rid of toxic people in our lives. Joy TV, welcome. Coffee, welcome. Good to have you, my lovely ladies. Happy you're here. So you can go ahead and tell me what are some of the ways in which you can get rid of or you have gotten rid of toxic people in your life. Hello, Jessie. Welcome, my sister. Good to have you. Good to have you. No, a lot of us, we often find ourselves in situations where you don't feel welcome. You're not celebrated. You're only tolerated, right? And we tend to not realize that this situation or this environment is not the best for us. And rather than leaving that environment, we stay. Hello, Julianne. Welcome. Good to have you. Good to have you. I'm happy you're here. And so we have to decide and we have to know when it is time for us to get out of these situations because it can have adverse effects on our health, on our other relationships that we're trying to build, um, even on our mood. If you're in a situation that is not conducive, then you find that you oftentimes feel stressed out, right? So tell me in the chat, comment down below, tell me in the chat what are some of the ways you are some of the measures that you have put in place to get rid of toxic or to get out of toxic relationship or to get rid of toxic family members, toxic friends, and even toxic co-workers. Whatever the case may be, share your 6 cents with us. Coffee saying hello to Jesse. I really appreciate you guys for coming. Thank you so very much. Guys, share me out if you can. Please. Please share me if you can. I did not get a chance to share myself, but share me out if you can. Right, guys? So tell me in the somebody said set boundaries and stick to them. Yes. And when you set these boundaries, you have to be firm. Hello, Tyrone. Welcome. It's been a long time. How are you, my dear? Thank you for coming. Remember to give me a thumbs up. Thank you so very much, Tyrone, for coming. Yes, we have to set boundaries and stick to them. We have to be firm, right? We have to be firm. So when we do this, when we find ourselves in this situation, we have to take a step and say, "Hey, is this what I want for myself? Is this something that is healthy for me? How is this affecting me?" We must evaluate the situation that we're in, analyze and say, "Hey, what is this doing to me?" Think about it, make the necessary changes that you need to make, right? So my first point that I want to share with you is to be firm. I'm glad you're doing well, Tyrone. Good to know. Happy you're doing well. Right? You have to be firm, right? And as Coffee said, you have to set boundaries. Set boundaries and stick to them. We have to do that. And also we have to sometimes we tend to be too nice. But in situations like these, we cannot be too nice. And sometimes being too nice is our downfall. I I have a few family members that, oh Lord, sorry about that, guys. I have a few I have been in situations where they with family members that they are so toxic. Oh, it's like you don't even want to hear their names mentioned. You don't even want to think about them. That's how bad it has gotten. And I have reached a point in my life that I decided that, you know what? I am just gonna I'm just gonna take myself away from these people. I am just going to, I know that they exist. I try my best to forgive them, but I try to stay very far away from them. And it's so hard. It's the persons closest to you are the ones that always hurt you the most, or always cause the severe drama in your life. Like seriously, they are the drama seekers, and they constantly find ways to pull you down. You have to identify when you're in situations like those and get out of it. If you're too nice, it is going to be your for to your own demise. It is not good for your health. We have to be around positive energy. Yes, Tyrone. Yes, coffee. It definitely is not. It is not good for our health and our well-being and our mental health. If you think about it that way too, there are times when people, a toxic relationship or a toxic friendship or family, it can be that the person is there just to use, or just use you, or for you to save them. But you have to realize that it is not your responsibility to save them. You have to, sometimes you have to step back and allow these people to be on their own and understand what is really happening, and you have to take a step back and let them know that, hey, it ain't gonna work anymore. It is not my duty to save you, right? Coffee said, I usually just block their phone from calling me, and if anyone mentions them when they call, I'll block them off. But what if that person is your friend, Coffee? What if that person is your friend? What if that person is your friend? Say we are friends and Tyrone is not friend with you, but Tyrone calls me and I said, hey, Coffee, you know Tyrone just called me. Would you just block me like that? What if you're good friends with that person, but the person just mentions that Tyrone calls? Would you just block? Under what circumstances? I moved away from toxic people a long time ago. So only I do understand. I do understand. Yes, sometimes we need to cut the ties. Is good friends are already okay, good friends already know my feelings. Understand. And it's totally understandable. So sometimes it's like cutting an umbilical cord. You have to know when to sever those ties. You have to know when just to call it quits. I have had enough and I'm not going to take anymore. So guess what? I'm running out of this. We tend to be bombarded with other person's problems, and they're just their awareness. I'm not saying that we shouldn't give a helping hand. I'm not saying that we shouldn't show our concern for other persons. I'm not, that's not what I'm saying. But when it gets too much, we need to know when to get out of it. Hey, inspiring charm, God bless you. God bless you too, brother. Thank you for that blessing. Lord, send it. Send that blessing. I'm allergic to toxicity. We all should be. We all should be. We all should be allergic to toxic people, toxic relationship, toxic, whether it is a a spousal relationship, whether it's a friend, whether it is co-work, whether it is in the workplace. We need to know when the environment is no longer suitable for us to thrive in and get out of it. I wake up every day to positive energy and sleep in peace. But Tyrone, sometimes we have those people in our lives, and even though you're trying to be positive, they just try to get the worst out of you, man. Have you ever come across anyone like that? They just you try to go about your business, and they just take the worst. It seems as if they bring out the worst in you, right? Minister is saying, hey, Tyrone. Tyrone is saying, hey, Minister Terrence. There are times when you meet people and you think that, but you know what? I take this is how I look at it. God placed a lot of persons in our life for a particular purpose, for a particular reason, and for a season. When I was younger, I was toxic, so I recognize it well. Oh, really? That's good. At least you can admit it and you know when it is not right. That's so very good. I applaud you for that. So I always look back and evaluate my life, and I said to myself, why is it that of all the persons that I've been to high school with, or even college, or even university, you notice that rarely you are still friends with say the multitude of 10, just let's say 10. Rarely. Because guess what? They were only for a season. And you realize from time to time you grow out people. I've noticed that with me, you will grow people out. It's like you when you were growing and mommy will buy you a pair of shoes, you notice by next year you need a new pair because guess what? It doesn't fit right anymore. And that's how some of our friendships are. And so I think it is very I think it is incumbent of us to recognize when we have reached the growth sprout in our relationships, and as soon as we outgrow them, we need to just, you know what, let go. It no longer serves any purpose to you or to the other person. And so when we break those ties, we must treat them as the separation they are. Too many times we break away from these relationships, and we tend to reignite, and we try to start a spark here and there, and we this month you're free from the person, next month you see the person, you try to ignite something, something pop up again, and you're back on flat line, and sound like a drama series, right? And then next week you see the person again, and something trigger both of you, and both of you start something, but you realize that it's always fluctuating. Charm, what are you doing? Coffee, what are you doing? KJ, how are you, my lovely? Welcome, welcome. Thanks, Doc. Who is Doc? KJ, welcome. Right? So we don't want to be on that roller coaster. We don't want to be on that roller coaster ride, or we don't want to be on that grid that is, it's not a steady grid, but it's always fluctuating. Coffee saying that my grandma always say, when you know better, you will do better. Of course. But I think coffee, it comes with maturity. I think it comes with self-discipline. I think it comes with determination to rid yourself of the hurt that you have been through and to start anew. I think that's what it comes with. KJ, well, I want to know if it is you. KJ, is that you? Right? You have to rid yourselves of what had transpired. what is going on. And sometimes we try to bury those emotions, and we try to say, brush it under the carpet, and like, oh, I don't think, probably I'm just overthinking. But they always say, if you feel as if it is so, if it is not so, it is almost all right. That's what my grandmother would say. And she would say it in patois. For those of you who don't know patois, she would say, if it not gosso, it near gosso. All right. That's her explanation in patois, right? So that's what she would say. Right? So sometimes it seems too good to be true, but you need to accept what it is and let go. I think I have another point that I could also share with you guys. When you're in toxic relationships, listen, know that when it is done, it is done. You like my background? Hi, Eva. You like my background? I like a sneak peek. What you see there? Hey, teacher charm. That's my daytime setup. So that's my little background for my classroom. Teaching from home, where you know you have to do what you have to do. Yes, it's a little online setup. So like some of the things are done because I'm sitting here. Let me just do the live. But like my name is still up there. When I do my, sometimes I pull out my board if I have to teach something. Yeah, so it's my little backdrop. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so Eva, welcome my sister. It was good to be in your house today and listen to that talk. And you know what? Similar to what I'm talking about now, that was such a toxic relationship. And it's such a pity that she did not realize that she was in so deep to let go. And this is why I say, when it is done, it is done. People, we need to accept that there are not many things. Hello, Sharon. Welcome, welcome. T. Trisha. Hello, Inspiring Charm. I finally caught you live. Hello. T. Trisha is saying hello to you guys. Sharon and Chris TV was in your house today. Good to have you. Happy to see you. Right, Eva, when I watched that video today and that lady allowed that man to beat her to the point of, oh, when I saw that poor lady's eyes, when I saw her face, and I'm like, when are we going to realize that some of the relationships that we are minding are not good for us? When are we going to realize, when are we going to wake up and put, or do we need to get bifocal lens to say, hey, if this man loves me, he will not treat me the way that he's treating me. If a person respects you as it relates to your relationship, they will not treat you the way that they do. If a person is really for you, they will not use you like how they're doing. Know when you're being used. Know when you're being abused. Know when you're not loved. Know when you're just tolerated and not celebrated. We need to know when we are not welcome. Just simple to, if I'm not welcome. Host, you are right. Sharon, thanks much for always supporting me. Guys, that's what we're here for. You're welcome. T. Trisha is saying, hi, Tyrone. Sorry about that. Hey, Trisha, how you doing? Hello to Richard. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Guys, now that Kevin is in the house, if you are not familiar with Tuber Chat, please go over and check him out. Good things happen in his place on his channel. Guys, please go over there and check them out. They're on Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and Mondays. So please go over there and check them out. Thank you guys for sharing. Oh, thank you for sharing me out. Thank you so very much. So I am talking tonight about how to get out of toxic relationships. So many of us are hell bent on staying in relationships that are not for us, whether it is family members, whether be it co-workers, be it friends, be it spouse. I've seen so many of my friends being cheated on. I've seen so many persons being physically, mentally, and for myself, I have been emotionally abused, and I decided, listen, I'm not doing this anymore, right? I've seen persons who have been abused in all the alleys that you can think of, and they still sit. Hey, Tyrone, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May God bless you. I have seen so many persons who stayed. I don't know why. Why do you think some of these people stayed in these relationships? Is it because they can't do better? Is it because um their life depends? Hey, Scratching Pete, welcome, my lovely brother. Thank you for coming. Good to have you. Good to have you. Guys, feel free to get connected with these guys. They are genuine people in the house, and you won't regret it. I do not know, and I beg to understand why people feel the need to stay in a relationship or to hold on to a friendship that is going nowhere. A friendship that only use you for what they for what they can get, or use you because they see you as a way to get to the next level, or I don't know. It's so sad. Tyrone, ever is saying, host, so you understand the broken English I speak? Yes, I do. I do understand. Yes, because a lot of our patois comes from what you were speaking today. Because my daughter was listening and she's like, "Oh, did you get it?" I said, "Oh, remember I'm Jamaican, so the patois is gonna come out, and a lot of our words are were in your dialect today, but for them who were born here in Canada, huh, no, they don't understand, but I do understand." Tyrone is saying, I think it's because when you're used to something, you don't know how to get out of it. That's when you put your foot down and say, that's enough. You're so right, Tyrone. And that is why when we decide to let go, you have to be firm. You have to be firm and tell yourself that when it is done, it is done. It is okay to share this live to Facebook. Oh, sure. Sure. I don't have a problem. Sure. Appreciate it, girl. I don't have a problem. Thank you. It is okay to accept that when the relationship is done, it is done. Don't keep on going back and forth. When you're going back and forth, Sharon and Chris, who is Doc? You said thanks, Doc. Who is that? That is the answer. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I was wondering. Okay, all right. So stop going back and forth. Make your decision. Stick to your decision. Be firm about it. Remember, you can't save everyone. You're not there to save them. Let go of it. Go where you are celebrated, not tolerated. Not everybody in your life is going to be there for the rest of your life. We all have a season in each person's life. Thank you. Appreciate your support, Tiba Chat. Right? We all, even though I'm talking to you here, 5 years from now, we might not still connect on this platform. It is my hope to still connect. But as you grow, as you age, things and time change, right? And we have to be able to move with changes. So you evolve with change. Things and times change. And so when these things happen, we have to get up, put on the brand new socks that you have to put on now, because guess what? You have outgrown the other, and move along. But we can do that with respect, and we can do that without using and abusing people. Know the time and the place to do what you're doing. Now, so you may ask me, how do I know if the relationship is toxic? How do you know if your relationship is toxic? If I'm in a place, if I'm working in a company and I am being like bullied, because you do have people that bully other persons, or they want you to advocate for change. When the big board meetings come and you start talking for change, and everybody, they come to you, they know that you are the PRO, they come to you and they're like, oh Charm, can you speak on this today? And you start speaking on it. Turn around for them to support you. Everybody looking the other way. What do you think? What do you think about that? So they just want you to go out there, put yourself on the front line, right? And then it looks as if you are the troublemaker. It looks as if you are the one that want things to change, and everybody else in the organization is all comfortable, but you're the one that is having problem with it, because none of them want to speak up when it's time for them to speak up, right? Even though they come to you and say, hey, Charm, speak on this topic today. Um, Sharon and Chrissy said, T, no, my way to your, okay, on my way to your house. Tyrone said, that's very true, true, host. Sharon said, 100%. Yes, there are times when you do these things and you think that they would have appreciated it, and you said, okay, we all came to the consensus today that we're going to be talking about this. But when you get to the meeting, everyone's mouth is zip. Everyone's mouth is all, hmm? Can't talk anymore. And so you know that, hey, they're using you. Another case in point is, I'm still talking about the workplace. You're there. Never seem to get anything right. You feel pressured. Yes, your work should be pressuring. Tina Talk Show. Welcome, my lovely girl. Thank you for coming. Happy to have you. Say hello to everyone and make your acquaintance. So you found out that every time something happens is you can never do anything right. You can never do anything right in this company to stay afloat. You're always like, you feel stressed going to work. At work you feel stressed. Leaving work is like, oh, I'm so happy for the day to be over. You can't wait to get home. What are you doing in that environment? What you don't need glasses to see that that environment is no longer good for you. It might have been good when you just started. It's no longer welcoming. Sometimes we might be the cause, sometimes it could be other co-workers, it could be even our bosses, it could be, I'm just saying, it could be different reasons why you don't feel like getting up and going to work. You don't feel motivated to go to work or anything like that. Once you reach that point in time, you need to get out of it, right? A friend. Your friend is in a relationship with a friend. I'm talking like persons who have best friends and close associates or stuff like that. You're in a relationship and you notice that this person, you're always there for these people. But when it's your time, when your clock turns 9 and you need their help, No one is there to say, to lend a helping hand. No one is there to say, Charm, how may I assist you? Right? But 2 weeks down the line, they're like, oh, Charm, can you pick up my son at school today for me? Knowing the type of person that I am, I will say yes. But remember, if I go back in my brain, I remember the past 3 times. I'm not saying sometimes they genuinely cannot do it. The past 3 times I asked you just to pick up my daughter at school, you were never available. Think about it. People using you only when it's convenient for, or they do things for you only when it's convenient for them. We have to pick up these red flags and know that, listen, this relationship is one-sided. It's toxic. It's not going to go any further. So we need to get out of it. That's all I'm saying. Learn the signs of toxic, toxic, toxic relationships. Get out of them. Hello, microfarmer. How are you? Susan Herbal Tips. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Um, thank you. I'm trying my best here. If you can share me out, guys, share me out. As you know, we're talking about how to get rid of toxic people or to stay out of toxic relationship. If you have any input, please drop them in the chat box so we can elaborate on those and we can continue. There is this thing that I think I read this book about 2 years ago. Law of Attraction. How many of you have ever read that book? The Law of Attraction. I like the book, and there's so much truth to that book. Microformer is saying toxic people, yes, cut them out your life. Yes, we have to get rid of those people and start attracting positivity into our life. Right? Surround yourself, as Tyrone said before, surround yourself with positive energy. Right? Somebody said 2021, the power of saying no to people. Listen, many of us have a problem saying no. I'm sure of that. Many of us have problems saying no. Sharon and Chris say, T Don. T Don is in the house. I'm not seeing that person. Tina Talk Show say, yes, get rid of them. Coffee said, yes, get rid of them. Eva said, host, did you know our people like to listen to others telling than to say that marriage is patient? Listen, let me tell you a secret. Marriage is patient. I'm not going to discourage anybody from getting married, but if I should live my life over again, I would want to go back to God the way I came. Seriously talking. I'm sorry. Serious. That is serious. I'm guilty about feeling guilty about having to say no. Yes, sometimes we feel guilty. Negative vibes everywhere. Just get rid of them. Yes, Susan Herbal TV. Yes. And family members too. Have you ever cut anybody off in your life? It could be a husband, it could be a mother, it could be a wife, it could be a father, a brother, a sister, aunt. It, have you ever cut anybody out your life and like you're happy, you're so happy that that person is no longer in your circle, right? Ever TV. So I tell you the truth, if I should live my life over again, no, I would probably wait until in my late 30s to probably tie the knot, because As I said to you, I mentioned earlier that in my previous relationship, I have been emotionally abused and neglect, and I decided that, hey, I ain't staying in this any longer. Right? 10 years of marriage, and I decided like, hey, you gotta go. I'm I'm not staying in anything that I'm not. Like when I've grown to realize that this wasn't for me, I cringe every time I talk about this because the closest persons to you are the ones who bring you down the most. The closest persons to you are the ones who hurt you the most. The closest persons to you are the ones that it is so hard for you to see with your naked eyes the toxicity. I'm even biting, twisting up my tongue. That is coming from them. The closest people to you are the ones that hurt you the most. Some, why are you laughing at me, Eva? She's laughing. Susan says yes. That oh, yes, my brother. So I see where you cut that tie. Michael Farmer said, can't carry everyone baggage, so cut them off. Yes, too heavy. We need to get rid of them. Host, it's true. It happened to me and so painful. Yes, I will be back, host, and it's a great live stream. Thank you so very much, Tyrone. Appreciate it, my brother. Please come again. Don't support. They don't support you. They want your life. Listen, some people in your life, they suck you dry. They're living with you and they're literally draining you from inside. See, I don't know. And you know, when I realized that this thing was really toxic, I mentioned in my ear loss video, I was going through a period of a very stressful period at time, and that was the onset of my stress. And I remember when it started going downhill. I mean, these people, they're sitting. GT Beck one stopping by to say hi, show support, just join, please return. No problem, GT Beck one. Thank you for coming, Tina. And I remember when they it just start going downward, man, and I was so surprised because I'm like, this person is so close to you, and they are the ones who like you wouldn't expect them. Please forgive my short stay. Hoping to catch. No problem, Tuber Chat. Thank you so very much for coming. The support means a lot. So whether it's short or long, we appreciate it. All right, thank you. So I remember when I went down, I started going down that journey, and I start looking back at my life. Like since 2021, I am now getting the courage to talk about it because I never used to talk about it. I just like, you know what, forget about it. Like I'm still going through my hurt, but I try not to talk about it. But I realized that through talking about it, that's when I'm going to heal. But when I look back at some of the things that transpired, I'm like, whew, how could you not see this level of toxic behavior? How could you not see what was happening under your nose? How could you not see what this has been doing to you? How could you still stay in this? How are you still in this? Why are you trying to work on this? Like, don't you see you're the only one working on this? Don't you see you're the only one putting out the effort? And these are things that we need to look for, people. These are things that we need to look for in relationships like these. Where is the work coming from? Is it a twofold street or is it a single file? If you realize that you're the only participant on that street, bye bye. You you must think. And I'm like, so many days I could hit myself in the head or give myself a spanking and say, girl, wake up. Where have you been? Wake up. But it's never too late. Nothing happens before the time. I'm not going to dwell in self pity, and I'm not going to dwell in the past. I'm going to pick myself up. I'm going to brush myself off, and I'm going to try, and I'm going to thrive again. It will not define me, and it should not define you. You should use these situations and these moments and these circumstances to learn from. So know when the relationships are not the best for you, and let go of them. I think, host, it's not your fault at times. I blind because of love. I think many of us realize that when we get into marriages, we said we fall in love. We need to stop falling in love and stand in love, because we fall head over heels with people, and then they're not on the same level or at the same pace that we are at, and then it causes a problem. And so many of us need to take time and get to know the persons, be it a friendship, be it a marital relationship, or whatever friendship that you may build. We need to take the time out and get to know people for who they are. And if you cannot work with them on their level, you need to know, am I going to stay? Am I willing to sacrifice? Because sometimes we blame these other peoples when we are to be blamed. We blame these other persons when we are to be blamed. Sometimes we need to look back and put the ball in our court and say, hey, did you not see some of those signs from early on? And if I'm being honest with myself, I can say that yes, I have seen many signs, whether it is a casual friend, whether it is a co-worker, whether it's a relationship that I'm developing. There are signs that are there. There are little red flags that are there. But many times we tend to overlook these little signs and these little red flags, and we proceed. We proceed. But we do not proceed with caution. We just want to feel. And I think we need to move away from this thing. I think I feel that I'm in love. I feel like this is right. You know that the biggest organ that we have is our skin, and that's what we use it to do, to feel. So when we say we feel something, I think we don't even understand. Hello, my lovely sister. How are you? Eve Belize is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming, my lovely. I think we don't even understand when we say, oh, I think I feel, this is how I feel. Guys, we need to rethink some of these relationships. We see the red flags. We see the little highlights from the get-go. You see that this person, hey, my grandmother would say, this person is out for trouble. But every relationship, every relationship is sweet and dandy when it starts. Every single relationship. You get the best out of them for the first, would I say first few months? Mark you, they are the odd ones that form out of adversities. They are the very few that are formed that way. But they are majority, 95% of relationships start very good, smooth, Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I want. Oh my God, I met my soulmate. Oh my God, I'm head over heels and all the butterflies. Am I lying, guys? Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. Talk to me. We're head over heels from the get go. We're all infatuated. We are, and we don't want to see, not only with this, but with our mind eyes, what is really happening. Does it happen every time at work? Yeah, at workplace, a lot. Yep, yep, yep. And even so, I'm happy you mentioned even at the workplace, because when you just get a new position, it's all nice and everybody is all warm. They all warmed up to you and they're welcoming. But wait until you get a promotion that they think that they should have gotten, and then you start see some different things start coming out, and this is when we need to know that, listen, this place or this particular person is not right for me, it's not right for my mental health, it is affecting my emotional well-being, so I need to cut ties. Right? We have to learn to get rid of these people, get them out of your life, close. There's a reason why books have chapters, so when you move on to the next, it's in the past. And there's a reason why the book has a cover. So when it's time for you to close it, you close it. There are times in our lives when we need to close certain chapters in our lives. And if chapter one is the chapter that has all the toxic people that you have to deal with, and you find a way that you can deal with that, close chapter one. End chapter one abruptly. Please. It is for your own good. It is for your own sanity. You, you must treat all separation as they should. They're done. Don't try to reignite. Every now and again you try it. It is only going to cause you frustration. It is only going to cause you anxiety. It is only going to cause you additional stress, unwanted headaches, pain, heartaches. We have to choose what is it that we want in a relationship, whether it is going to be a family relationship, a work relationship, a marital relationship. And if it is something that we truly desire, then we are going to work. We are going to work assiduously to ensure that those relationships are thriving, and those relationships are doing well. Host it, guys. Eve is in the house. I don't know if she's still here, but feel free to get connected. Let me see if anyone came in while we were talking, so I can say hello to them. Okay, good. All right, I really appreciate you guys for coming. Some of the hardest persons to get rid of are family members. I don't know if you know that. Some of the most toxic relationships to get rid of are family members, because they're so close to you. You're linked to them by blood. The world is full of hatred. This time we need to be very careful. I tell you, girl. Listen, some of the worst relationships to get rid of, some of the most toxic people in that you will ever come across our family members. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say this: it might get worse before they leave. You find out that things are not going, you're not, things are not going the way you want it to go, and you're asking, all right, this is not happening. Let us do this. And it's like, okay, they will try, but guess what? You'll have to be there to fix every little crisis that pops up, right? um T Trisha is saying, I'm so glad you have allowed your painful past experience to be a teaching tool to inspire and encourage others. Inspire and charm, continued blessing. Thank you so very much, my dear. It's a journey. It's an ongoing journey, and I have just chosen now to just to heal. And if you don't bring situation like this to the forefront, let it bury, it's gonna kill you. It's gonna eat away at you. So it's best if you start talking. Not that you want the world to be in your business, but the more you can speak about what you're going through or what is happening to you, the faster you're going to heal. So thank you so very much. But we need to know that these people, when we need to stop feeling compelled and obliged to always trying to help these people. They're the same ones hurting us. They're the same ones doing the same thing that they're doing. And they will call you tomorrow and say, hey, I want to come home. You have a child out there, and the child will say, hey, mommy, it's like the prodigal son, but this way, in a different way. They know what they have done, and they want to come back home with the same mentality, the same mindset, and nothing has changed. And when they come, they expect that, hey, you tell me to come back home. You know that this is how I am. I have accepted that this is how I am, and there I don't think I can change. So if that person calls you and say, I want to come back, would you be so naive to say, okay, come back, let us try this again? When that same person said to you, this is how I am, I accept who I am, I can't change. This is what I'm saying. Like, people will come out and tell you their truth. They, whether they do it in jokingly way, or whether they do it seriously, people will always tell you their truth. You have to be able to listen in and pinpoint that point. You will have to be able to listen in keenly and pick up those pointers that you need, that you need to use to make your next decision. And so we have to think, right? I'm going to encourage you to be empowered. Allow your situation to empower you, right? Understand, try and get to a place in your life where you understand what is really happening. Who's the family or the worst? So, so far, the greatest enemy you need to run far from. That is what I do. I know. That's what I said. They are the worst. They are the worst. Like, when toxic, when it comes on to toxic, the family, I don't know. I don't know why they are that way. When you can cut and get rid of a friend and just call it a loss, it's really hard for you to get rid of a family member, right? And you'll find some of these, when you try to get rid of them, they start judging you, and they start telling you, oh, you're this, you become the worst person in the world, because now you're highlighting what you're going through. Now you're standing for yourself, and you have decided that, hey, you do not want this for yourself anymore. And as a result of that, you are the worst person. You are the bad person. Yet still they don't see that it is their behavior or their pattern that have caused you to behave and react the way that you are. Whatever we do is a reflection of what is happening in and around us. I think so and I believe so. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Right? We all have our own strengths and weaknesses, and when we know our own strengths and weaknesses, we are better able to understand us. We can't understand the other person's strength and weakness unless um they come to terms with it and they say, okay, I know this is my strength, I know that's my weakness. And some of them will not ask for help. How can I help you with this? How can we help you with that? And even if you're going through and you're helping the person, they will start in a few days, they're going good, or a few weeks, and they fall right back into the same bad habit. You know what I'm saying? So we have to decide, is this something that I can live with? Is this something that I'm willing to fight for? Is this something that I'm willing to go down, give up another few years of my life to work on, to work out? Is it worth it? At the end of the day, what is going to happen if if something transpires again? Excuse me 1 minute, guys. Sorry about the noise, guy. My son is around there playing. Right? We have to decide what is it that we want. Get out of these bad relationship. Don't stay in a relationship, because seek help. Seek help if it is a relationship where it involves a spouse or a partner. Get help. If it becomes abusive, get help. And abuse can be verbally, it can be physically, it can be emotional, it can be all different form of abuse. You need to identify when you're being abused and get help. If what it does to you, if I talk to you a particular way, how does that make you feel? Do I let you feel less than a person? Do you feel as if you're not worthy? Do you feel embarrassed? Yes, we may feel embarrassed from time to time, but do you walk around with a burden of shame? If that is the case, then we need to think about, who am I allowing to let me feel this way? And what is the cause? If it is something that you know that it shouldn't have been where it is right now, people, get help. If you have to give up a friendship for your sanity, do so. I believe that the marriage was designed by God. I also believe that if it is toxic, you must get out of it. I prefer to stay single than to be in something that I'm constantly miserable. I'm constantly unhappy. I'm constantly thinking about what if. Hmm? I'm constantly thinking about, you know what I'm saying? People, we have to wise up. We have to know that these things weren't carved in stone. They weren't carved in stone. And so changes are gonna come. Change is inevitable. It's a must. And so we have to learn how to accept change. We have to learn how to roll with change and move with the pace and time. So if it hurts, let it go. If it pains, let it go. Or it's better to stay sister dear. Sister dear, it is so better to stay alone than to have the constant tormentation, if this word, the constant animosity, the constant bickering, the constant. How healthy can you be if you're in a situation like that? You tell me. How healthy can you be? Listen, when you start letting go of some of these toxic people in your life, your sleeping pattern will become better. Your lifestyle will change for the better, unless you drop into depression and you can't come out of it. But I'm talking about, sorry, when you consciously make this hey, you're back. Thank you for coming back, Tyrone. When you consciously make these choices, your sleeping pattern will get better, your lifestyle overall will get better. You're gonna start eat much better, because guess what? You want to take care of you, for you. Your decision making skills will become sharper, right? Because guess what? You have no other persons or person to consider when you're making your decision. It's just you, your God, right? You, your God, doing what you're doing. So I'm not discouraging anybody out there to stay in. I'm not encouraging anybody out there to stay in something that is eating at them constantly. People wise up, throw it out. When the trash can full, what do? You empty the rubbish. You take it out. You take out the trash, and you sometimes you replace it you replace that liner with a new bag, and sometimes you decide that you're not going to use that bin again, so you get rid of it once and for all. That is very true. Yes, Aaron. Don't sit in something that it's gonna sit there and it's gonna, my grandmother would say, nah, nah, like rat. Nah, nah, your heart is a tug of war. This moment you're living in the moment and you're feeling good. Tomorrow, next week tomorrow, like the flex. And I always heard that when I was in science class, that it takes so much less muscles to smile than to frown. Think about it. Yes. So much less muscles to smile than to frown. And that's how if you're in a situation like that where you're constantly being tugged between your emotions, your wants and your needs, and if or should I, and what if, and guys, I think it's best if you make a decision, ask for divine intervention and say, Daddy Jesus, you know I cannot do it of my own. So I'm asking you to take this burden of mine, deal with it. Yes, my grandmother is funny. Yes. And she used to use um a lot of local vernacular in her days to express stuff. I used to wonder what is this that she's talking about. But she always says, "A come you are come, you will know." For those of you who don't understand, she said, "You're coming, you're growing up. When you grow up, you will understand." Right? So just get out of these little mediocre relationship. There's better out there for you. There is better, believe it or not. And you're not going to find your greatness until you step out of the place that you're in. Then you will realize that, hey, there was something out here for me all this time. You will never know until you take that step. You will never know until you make that move. But if you're bogged down, it goes for even your job. If you're in a job and you realize that, hey, I don't feel as if I'm being fulfilled anymore, you know that you're capable of doing other stuff. Why not launch out? We need to take a leap of faith. Listen, when you were getting into these situations, you went in without thinking. So why, when it is time for us to get out of this relationship, why don't you get out? Too many times we tell ourselves, oh, because it is family. Oh, I'm not going to do it. I've grown up and I've heard so many persons said, oh, I'm staying for my children. Big mistake. When you know what I've heard? When some of those persons grow up or the children grow up, they said, I didn't tell you to stay in the relationship because of me. Think about it. And then you're saying to myself, had I known. Right? So it just makes sense that you make the conscious decision for yourself. And I'm going to remind you of my points that I made when I just started this this video, and I gave you a few tips to get rid of toxic people. Let me pull up my note. So I remember I said you must identify the toxicity. The first step of getting, hey girl, big up yourself or your mate. Teacher Simmons in the house. Welcome, lovely. The first step of identify that your relationship that you have is toxic is to know what is causing it. Right? The first step of getting rid of someone or something that is toxic is to recognize the fact that it is harming you. Remember, you need to be firm, set boundaries, and don't change them, stick by them. I remember Nika said that above. Teacher Simon, good to see you. It's been a while, girl. You need to come back with some good videos. Don't be too nice. We're in this situation and people using and abusing us, and yet still we're the nicest things around. You can't be too nice. You need to cut ties when it's time to cut ties. Let people know, no, it can't work anymore. It ain't gonna work. Say what you mean, teacher. Yes, I mean what you say, right? You have to realize that it is not your job to save these people. Yeah, because people are going to come to you. And when you decide that you don't want to be in there, they're going to be nice and charming. And they're going to try to win you over with their sweet mouths. And you're just going to give in. Remember, they are playing fool to catch wise. Teacher Simon said, yes, people will take all you have to give and leave. Girl, you hit the nail on the head. Boom. Yes. Well said. Know that when it is done, it is done. KJ, you're back. Thanks for coming back, my dear. Thank you so very much. When you say it done, I'm guilty of that. I know many persons who are guilty of that. Every time we say that, look here, I'm done, you go back and you rethink. Am I really done? Am I really finished? No. If you say you're done, you need to accept that you're finished. Say what you mean and mean what you say. I'm using your words, Teacher Simon. Treat the separation like the breakup it is. If we don't treat it that way, we're never going to move forward. We're never going to move forward. And as I said to you before, me too. Me have story past story about being done. I think it's a woman thing. I think so. When we get too tied to other persons and we feel that, oh, the chemistry is there, like every now and again you feel like that little urge to be with that person, or you try again and then you realize that you're still being hurt. Like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing this to ourselves? So my consolation now is, look here, when me done. You know what I wrote? I wrote it on my bedded. I am done. New chapter in my book. Moving forward. Anointed Child TV, good to have you. Good to have you. Thank you for coming in. I really, really appreciate it. So we're talking about tonight how to get rid of toxic people in your lives, toxic relationship, be it family, be it co-workers, be it friends, or even your spouse or your partner. We need to know where and who and why we're dealing with some of these people. As I said before, and I'm going to say it again, not everybody is in our life to stay. Some are placed there for a reason. You're only going to stay there for that season, and when that season is over, there's no reason for them to stay around. We have to accept that. I will visit your channel soon. I think hard to detach. It's true. It's a female thing. My child Tyrone, my friend teacher Simon channel just stand still. She's back to school, so she her channel is on a standstill for now. Let's hope she come back soon because she had some good things going on over there, you know. But she will come back, don't worry. Right? People change, time change. We need to change with time. Go where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated. And if I can't tell you anything again, know the red flag, see the signs, stop, put on what you call it now, blinders. Stop doing these things. We see the, I wish I could do a live with you right now. This is a, oh, I should be able to do a live with you. Let's see. How would I drop that link? Let's see. How will I drop that link? We should be able to drop a link. Everyday Matters. Welcome, welcome, my lovely sister. Let me see if I can invite. What is your let me copy. Let me send this link to your guest. You may also want to share. Okay. All right. Let me copy this and drop it in the greetings, my lovely sister. I think I drop a link there now. I think you should be able to hop on that link, Teacher Simon, and come in. Right, once you come in, it should tell me that you're there, and we will be able to see you and listen to you. Hey girl, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so very much for coming. What time is it now? Everyday Matters. I thought you girls were sleeping. We're talking about how to get rid of toxic people in our life. For me, the most toxic people in my life are the ones that I'm really close with. Family. Oh, 11 p.m. Ooh, okay. Wow. So you're 5 hours ahead of us. We're 6 p.m. here. Yeah, so persons who we are very close with are the ones that tend to hurt you the most. Teacher Simon, let me know if that link is working. Oh, I see you. I see you. I see you. Hey,
Oh
girl.
my God, this is awesome.
Good to see you live in person.
God.
Oh,
This
it's
is
been a
an
long time.
amazing topic.
All right, shed some light on this topic for us.
I don't even know if people are going to be here watching me from my channel, but this is personal.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I had a friend who would tell me, similar to what you've said about, when it's done, like when the chapter is closed, it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, I just didn't know that. I thought the chapter was closed, but I would keep opening it to the point where I used to tell them, like, no, we're finished. Me and him done. We're done. We're done. And it got to the point where my friends were like, okay, all right, sure, sure. Because they heard it so many times. And I had one friend who said to me, when it's done, you're really going to know. Like when it gets to that point, you're going to know that
Mm-hmm.
there's no going back. So I had stopped telling them, like, it's finished, it's finished. And when it finally got to that final part, like the straw that broke the camel's back, no turning back. I had no feelings, didn't care. And I was like, this is it. Because I was just being constantly played, constantly. And I
Yeah.
would just find, as you said, like reasons like, oh, let me go back. They would say the nice things. And you think about the positives and you try to kind of make excuses. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're being hurt in the long run,
Microfarmer said, been there and done that. I just woke up one morning and just left. Wow.
wow.
Microfarmer, that's bold. Wow. Huh.
Yeah.
It's
After four
really,
years, it was
really
like,
hard. Really hard. It's one of the hardest things to do. Being in a relationship for because I am going through that phase right now where I'm saying, oh, I'm done. I'm really done when I say done, but there are times when you get the calls, oh, I want to come home. Can we work on it? But I'm like, under what circumstances? What are the changes? You accept yourself for who you are. You have once verbalized that this is how you are. You have accepted that you cannot change. So, what am I going to do? Am I going to take back this person and embrace them, knowing that this is what the person is telling me? This is what the person is going to bring back to the table.
right.
Listen, when it's time to cut those people, cut them, man, cut them.
Yeah. It's funny you said even like family. I don't like thank God I don't have, I don't think I have like toxic family, but
Mhm.
I can only imagine like I've seen and read stories where, you know, like I saw a story the other day of a mom who required her daughter who's trying to get into college to give her money while she's living in the house. And she
Oh,
was saving, and she would give her the money, but she was also saving money for college, and she hid it under her mattress, and one day her mom decided to like change the linen on the bed and found the money and took it. Her mom
oh.
was upset with her. Like, to me, that's toxic. Like, she's
Mhm.
still doing her part, and her mom was mad, like really upset with her. Like, why would you do that? You know how many bills aren't here to be paid and you're holding on to money, but her mom
Wow.
is not helping her like to fund her college years. So it's like stuff like that.
Wow.
It's hard to like I want to like,
It's
can you
hard. It's
cut
hard.
off your family like that?
Well, well. I'm gonna share this with you guys. I cut off one of my uncle, and this was when I was 16 years old.
Mm.
And I'm just gonna tell you just as is. I was in my bed one night, and no, I have really grown because a lot of persons wouldn't understand where I'm coming from. And I was in my bed one night and I just felt like something just pressing me down. I'm like, how do I be like this? When I got up, it was that crazy bastard lying on top of me. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Disgusting. Yeah.
And ever since that day till today, a lot of relationship in that side of the family got cut because they didn't want. I don't know, some they didn't want you to like disgrace the family. They didn't want you to tell people that hey,
Mm,
you were trying to make advancement. They didn't want to, anybody in the community
don't want that type of
to know that.
embarrassment.
No embarrass. And listen, I remember a few weeks ago, so this was when I was 15. This is almost, oh my word, more than 20 something years ago.
Oh,
Think
wow.
about it. And a few days ago, I went on Facebook and he sent me a friend request and I declined it.
So
Right?
true.
We are in a family group and I realized that one of my uncle added him to the group. Immediately, I came out of the. This is how far I have cut myself. I don't want to. I don't want to be. If he's going to be in the house and I know that he's going to be there, I don't go there.
You're not gonna go.
I'm not. We
Imagine
just
after
have
all
to.
these years, it's like still
It
being
still
scarred and
hurts
like
me.
I don't even want to associate myself with you right now.
Exactly, because you have these people that you should be trusting to take care of
Family.
you, family members, and they are the ones who are trying to hurt you. Can you
And
imagine
take advantage. Yeah.
if I was a deep sleeper? Can you imagine? Probably I would have woken up with action being done, and then wait.
Absolutely.
I'm like, what are you
Even more
doing?
scarred.
Even more scarred by my own uncle. So you know what? When it comes on my family, when it comes on to cutting off people, just call chat because I sever all ties because I'm tired of being hurt. Somebody said, no fun, just get into it because someone not happy with their life can't make me. Everyday matter saying hi Tyrone, greetings. Tyrone said, thanks, I will check out your channel. Everyday matter is saying, oh my god, that's horrible. Girl, it was a nightmare for me. I tell you no lie. It was a nightmare. And then my grandma got all upset because she didn't want the community to know. It was so
Mm.
embarrassing
See,
and so
pride before everything.
pride. And it was like you are the black sheep in the family because you're causing a scene and listen, that is true. The worst thing is the family trying to listen, that's
That's
and
the
that is
worst
why
part. Because then you
the
feel like,
worst
really?
thing.
You feel disappointed, you feel betrayed.
Mhm.
Like, you guys should at least be here for me. I'm not lying,
Exactly.
and at the end of
They
it,
know.
they're
They
protecting, it's
know.
like they're protecting him and their name.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, Tyrone said you have to cut off people. Michael Former said, trust no one. It's always a family friend that get to your kids. You're so right.
I've heard that.
Strangers I've heard that and I've seen that and I've lived that. Ginny Wonders, welcome, my lovely sister. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so very much. Much love. Like and share. Appreciate it. Ains L. Corner, thank you so very much for coming. Appreciate it. We're talking about how to get rid of toxic family members, friends, or co-workers. If you have any ideas, share them in the chat and let us talk about that. So if you're going through these things, people, wise up. Anointed Child TV, good evening everyone, please support my YouTube channel and a small I am a small YouTuber, thank you. I Tyrone, I need to go to bed, sister dear, thank you so very much, appreciate you. Share me out if you can. Thank you. Have a good night, sleep well. Yes, it's like the worst thing ever. People
But
will hurt you and stay in your life. They will use you. They will make up. They will re-hurt you. They will make up. They will repeat, and the cycle continues. How much of that are you going to take?
exactly. Real
You can,
question. How much of that can you take?
how much of that can you endure?
Yeah. But to back to that point that the person said though about family members or friends, I think
Mhm,
because you're so close to the people and you
mhm.
trust them, it's not even a thought. that they would ever do something to hurt
Never
you
crossed my
or
mind.
somebody who you love. You would more think of a stranger like, oh, I don't know you from
Exactly.
anywhere. I don't trust. But it's because your
Exactly.
guard is let down.
Mm-hmm.
All these things
Yeah.
can happen.
Thank you, Everyday Matters, for sharing me out. Appreciate it, girl. In your lowest moments, that's when things gone trouble. Oh, things are trouble wrong. Cause you to leave your kids with people you think of
Yes.
your back and use you or your kids at your lowest point in
Yes.
life.
Yes.
Well said, my brother.
Yes.
Well said. People, I
I
don't
agree.
know. It's when you're going through that really tough time in your life that people tend to prey on you
Mm-hmm.
and your family or your kids. I don't leave my children go anywhere, you know.
Listen, my dad, Lord, up to this day my dad said one thing, and I find it like so blasphemous, but he had said one, maybe I shouldn't even repeat it, but he was so mad. Somebody I used to like do Christmas work in Jamaica, like with my
Mm-hmm.
mom's church sister. She had a store in town. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like 13. So Christmas, Christmas Eve going into Christmas morning is like
A big
all
thing.
night, all night. So the store was open. I think I got home like 3 o'clock in the morning or so. My dad was mad to the
Yes.
point he was like, I don't even trust God with my daughter. And I was like, why would you even? Because he was like, I don't trust anybody with my daughter, nobody. And I was like, wow, that's a strange thing to say. But I guess just to show how serious he was, like,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't go to, people's house. I remember like saying hi to a neighbor. He was much older. My dad asked me, why are you saying hi? You and him are not the same age. Like, he's just like everybody. And I think because he's a male and they know
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like how men think. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's where he was coming from. But yeah, sometimes I guess even in your lowest moments, people tend to take advantage because they know you
Yeah,
don't
they
have any other
do.
option.
They do. They do, and we have to be wise. We have to be smart. We have to think. And this is what I was saying before you get on. We sometimes see these red flags.
Oh
We
yeah, but blinders, as they said.
we saw them from the get go.
Yeah, but we don't want to see them. We see
But
them,
we
but we
put
don't want to
on
see
big
them.
blinders.
Yeah, we
You
see
know
them,
that.
but we don't want to see them.
Listen, you know from the get go that the person is a thief. You know from the get go that the person is a liar. You know from the get go that the person is a cheater. You know from the get go that this person is a manipulator. You know, and I could continue. A user, abuse. You see.
But you just hope that you can be different and you're gonna change this person, and they like you on a different level, so things are gonna be different, and they're
As I
not.
said, I said some of the times we fall into love. People need to stand up in love and stop talking about, oh, me fall in love. When you fall your face down and you're blind,
Yes. Yeah, it's
we are
true.
blind, and I don't, we need to take time out to learn and get to know these people. It doesn't, I was listening to Mr. London today. I don't know if you know Mr. London is a YouTuber and he does exercise. He has good exercising videos on his channel.
Hmm.
And today, when I tune into him, his question was, "Ask me anything you want to learn about man."
Mm.
And you know that he had like 300 and something women tuned in because
Wow.
he's a male. And he wear gray shorts to do his exercise, so certain things.
Lord,
Most
you
persons
know
are
you
there
know
for
why
that.
they're there.
Yes, some people know why they're there, but I went because I saw the question,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so when he went in and a lady said, "How do you know when a man is really into you?" He said, "When you hear a man tell you that, oh, I really love you, and I can't see my life without you," him say it don't mean nothing. They just want to, if you're taking them too long to get to the point that they want to go, they're going to tell you all the words that they need to hear so that you can take them to that next level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, this is coming from a man.
Believe it.
I'm like, wow, this is
Believe it.
coming from a man. And this man is saying that if the man come out and like, oh, if you tell a man that I don't want to make out with you, I'm not ready for that, but the man invite you over at 9 p.m. at night.
Put two and two together.
Do the math. He's like, do the
Do the
math.
math.
He's like, do the math. Like, you tell him that you're not ready to go there yet, but he wants you to come out. Oh, can we hang out tonight at 9 for a movie?
Yeah.
He said 9 p.m. is night, right?
Yeah. Somebody who's not even trying, like, they're not trying to go take you out on a nice little date or anything like that. But it's always come by. Come by, we can watch a movie.
This is what he's saying. This is what he's saying to the people that were there, and I'm like, this guy is coming from an honest place because guess what? He does not real store close at 9 p.m. Laugh out loud. You're so right, Mark. Michael Farmer. You're so
Lord.
right. Oh my God. It's like, I'm like, this guy is coming from a place of sincerity. He's just like, let me tell
Being
you the
real.
truth.
Hmm.
Let me tell you the truth. I have been a player for many years. Many of us are afraid to settle in our in our early years because we just want to
True.
play around. We want
True.
to, let's say if a man come to you in age 20 until you say 20, 21 and tell you I'm ready for second down, you say you need to wait that out. See how far that can go.
Hmm.
Because a lot of these people they say, "Oh, I love you, and I think you're the best thing that happened to me since sliced bread." Yet still, 2 years down the line, you're back on the market.
Exactly.
That make no sense.
That made no sense, man. No
So
sense.
choose and cut off your partner. Them cut out the relationship. Them close the chapters, lock the doors, and stop opening them.
True.
Learn the signs.
L- Learn to close the door, throw the key. Yeah, because if you're leaving it open, then you're just leaving yourself, to be hurt again.
Exactly.
People can change, maybe a few years down the line. We're not saying people can't change, but
Yeah,
if
but
they
what if
keep
they
doing the
don't
same
want
thing over
to?
and over and over and over and over, then
What if they don't want to change? Are you going to force them to change?
oh no, you can't force anybody to do anything they don't want to do.
If they don't want to change, you can't force somebody. And you cannot fill your mind with, oh, he's going to change.
Yeah,
No,
not gonna happen. Not gonna
you have to
happen.
accept reality.
Yeah,
You have to accept reality. You have to be firm with the decisions that you make. You have to set the boundaries and you have to abide by them. You can't just be fluctuating like currency. It don't work that way.
true, true thing,
It's the stock
Karen. True
market.
thing.
Keep on fluctuating.
Man stress. Man stress.
And I cannot manage the cortisol level in my system for rise anymore, because I did
Eh.
never do.
Lord.
I
Oh
never did.
my.
Oh God. So I'm just gonna be on here for another should I go to 2 hours? Should I?
You
Should I?
could, you
Should I go?
could run up your time, run up your time. I'm gonna
Oh,
go start
you
some stuff, but I'm gonna keep this on.
all right, no problem. And check out my membership if you're available. Come
Okay.
by. All
Alrighty.
right, thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Good, good. We appreciate
All right.
it. And thanks for your 6 cents.
Alrighty.
All
Bye.
right, girl. Take care. Bye bye. Yes, that was so good. Good talking to Teacher Simmons. All right, guys. It is always good to get other person's perspective on whatever we're discussing, and I do appreciate her for coming, for taking the time out to talk to us. Yes, that's what we have to do. Microphone, I think you're still in the house with me. Oh, this this has been a wonderful live. Yes, Tyrone, thank you. You want to come on screen and talk to me now, Tyrone? We can talk to you. Give me your version of the story, Tyrone. Want me to drop the link again? Let me know. If you want me to drop the link again, let me know. Yeah. So I think you can come on and talk to me about how you get rid of toxic people. We'll all want to learn from you. Share with me. I'm going to drop the link again so that you guys can come on if you want. You're not forced to, but you can come on and share with us. I'm happy you like it, Tyrone. And you stayed almost the entire night with me. So appreciative of that. I don't know when I'm gonna sit down and watch the entire game that you play, Tyrone, because you men play games for so long. There's the link, guy. If you want to come on and share with me, then that's fine. I'll come up. Hold on. No problem. You can come up and share your true knowledge on this topic. Appreciate it a lot. If you can share me, guys, remember to share me out. Remember to give me a thumbs up. It does count during this time. Many of us have toxic people in our lives, in our families, in our workplace, and the friendship that we keep. Some of them are so toxic, we need to get rid of them. A change is gonna come. A change is gonna come. Yes, we need to change it. Feel free to get connected as well. Michael Farmer, thank you for being here. Thank you, Everyday Matters. Ginny Wonders, good to see you. Ains Health Corner, Everyday Matters. Tyrone, you're here. Let's accept you. So I think you can. Hello,
Hey,
Michael.
hey,
Yeah.
Crazy Town. What's going on, lady? How y'all
What's
doing?
going on, bro? How are you?
Good, good. From the States, Connecticut. I'm from Connecticut.
Over here in Toronto,
Hello, everybody.
Canada.
Hello. This is Michael Farmer. First time on Charms Live, y'all. Yes. Get rid of them toxic people. I've been married
Yeah, I
twice. My
appreciate
second
the
wife,
microphone.
15 years. So, yes, get rid of the
Ooh.
toxic
So
charm.
tell us,
Thank you.
give us some insight.
Oh, yes, I heard you talk about men and stuff like that. I mean, yes, real men are going to get right to the point.
Mhm.
Don't let nobody talk to
All
y'all
right.
crazy. A man knows exactly what he want when he first see you. He going to charm you like a snake. A man knows he going to marry you the day he see you. He already know. The only thing he got to know that you're not mentally messed up. That's the first. I'm really seriously, and that's my wife. Um, the day I met her, I knew I was married. I told her that I was going to marry her. I mean, and
Mm.
I tell every woman in here in your chat, if a man don't marry you in 5 years, it's not going to happen. I'm being honest with you.
Amen.
You,
Amen.
if he's been with you for 5 years and he haven't proposed to you or married you by then, he's not. And if you sat around and had 3, 4 babies by him, at least by the second baby, you should have been married to him. He's not going to marry you. Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? I mean, I'm not knocking nobody. Everybody goes. I had a first wife. She was very toxic, and that's the one I just told you about. Not tell you about, but I tell you, I just woke up and I had enough. I had enough of arguing. I had enough of her insecurities,
Mm.
things I could not pay for other people who did her wrong, and I walked away. And I have 3 children by it, and I gave her the house and everything. Walked away, and I told the judge, give her what you want. It's too
Mm.
you'll find yourself in a cemetery or a prison system. Neither one
Amen.
is good for you. So people be chasing about like the TVs. I'm kid you not, Cham. I left dirty drawers in the closet. Let her take it. When I left that courtroom, it was dirty drawers, funky socks. You get rid of it. I'm not even coming back. And I told you, I woke up and I just left. It wasn't like I was gonna do that thing. I'm gonna take my TV, I'm gonna take my stereo, I'm gonna take this. I left the snowblower, the TV, the couch, and some funky drawers with doodle stains. And I'm telling you off the back, I left. You know what I mean? I left. You know, I'm not gonna tolerate it. I know people be going there doing that silly thing, taking the TV, fighting over the dog and the cat, and I'm like, nah, I'm done, Your Honor. Give her what she want. I walked out, and kid you not, my sister-in-law laughed, and my wife, I'm married to now, laughed. We went out to dinner after the divorce was final. Bam! You want to go get some dinner? We went out for dinner, and they thought we was the most craziest people. It's just toxic. It's just toxic, people. And
Oh
when you
my
have a toxic
God.
relationship, and I'm gonna be honest, and I know there's a lot of Christians here, do not carry that hate. I understand you divorced that person done you wrong, but a lot of people when they divorce or leave that individual that was toxic, you holding on to a black heart. Let that heart clean out. Like you go get your oil change out your car, that black oil they take out and put some new oil. You got to use that with your heart, ladies. You
Mm-hmm.
hold on how he cheated with your girlfriend, he cheated with his coworker. You got to change your oil in your heart because when you leave that toxic person, you're leaving with a black heart. You can talk all the nonsense you want. If you find your conversation when you divorced or left that person and you just find yourself month after month talking about that person, you're carrying a dark heart.
Bitter, bitter,
Go.
bitter.
I'm telling you, as a man, and I understand what you talk about another man, real men gonna tell you, you gotta let it go.
Somebody's asking a question.
Yeah.
Was she just better as a friend, but not as a wife?
No. No. Because it's always that one person who's going to want it back. If it's him, he's going to always be toxic, trying to get win you back, or it's going to be her, and it doesn't work. That friend thing, unless you have children, you got to be manageable and try to make it work and be cordial with each other because you have children. But that friend thing, is very. I mean, it's. I'm not saying it never works, but
Mhm.
9 out of 10 times it's not going to work because either she's still in love with you or he's still in love with you and he still want to play games. But he's in love with you, but he still want to play games and drag you along. As long as you let him drag you through that mud, sisters, he's going to,
Mhm.
you know. I think just not hate him. You can't. You don't have to hate the person. It's just that when I see you, hello, this is my kid's father. This is my ex-wife. This is the woman of my children, or whatever that way. That Frank Kumbaya thing, it doesn't work, but it does work for some people. Don't get me wrong, it does. But
So, are you saying then that when the person is trying to come back, trying
mm,
to get back at you at different intervals, that's a sign of toxic behavior?
yes, because if I'm just going to speak for some men. I can't speak for women, but I can speak for some women. I can't speak for
Mhm.
all. I can speak for men. Men know he did dirt. He think he found a better grass over there, and then when he see you happy, he's coming to tear that up. He's gonna act like he's your friend. He's gonna act like he got over you. He's happy for you met John, and you and John is great. He is going to tear that up. I kid you not. He's not in there for your best interest. Believe me, he's not. Women are some of them are the same way. They be like, I don't care about him. I don't care who he date. She's lying. She's lying because she'll say some some slide stuff like she'll say something to the woman like y'all still
Mhm.
messing with each other, and the other woman will catch on like, what does she mean by that? Next thing you know, you're in your car arguing, going home because your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend said something that did not make no sense, and men are dumb. She picked up on it. Sean would pick up on what the woman said,
Mhm.
which makes you think that you're still dealing with that individual.
Mhm.
Next thing you know, y'all in the car. You let the devil get in the back seat with y'all when y'all was going home. And that woman is smiling. The devil is snickering, smoking a cigarette back at her house while your house is smoking. And you're going to lose your man or your woman. I'm being honest.
Somebody, somebody said it's bad mind. This man is spitting the truth. What a sermon. Preach it.
I tell my wife every day, don't let the devil in the house. Leave
Exactly.
everything outside. Kick your shoes off. Like people say, don't put no shoes in my house.
Mhm.
Leave the devil at the garage door when she come in. Leave the devil at the garage door. I don't want to hear about your girlfriend, your job. I don't want to
Mhm.
hear about what doctor done peed you off. Leave
Mhm.
that devil outside because what happened is a lot of women, y'all talk to your husbands, and a lot of
Mhm.
us are stupid. Y'all really want us to just listen to y'all. And then when we put our little 2 cents in, it's an argument. Now, I mean, that's the devil coming because you really didn't ask for. And a lot of women should tell their husband, "I just want you to listen to me. I don't need your opinion." Because really, most of the time, you're not even asking for an opinion. You just wanted a vent. You want to come from work on a hard day, work somebody teach you off. Your sister did not pay you back her $200 that you lent her. You come in and talk about her, and if we put our 2 cents in, that bloodline is still your blood. I have learned that being married for her 15 years. I've been with her for 15 years. And I learned when she speaks about her sister, her mother doing not paying back money she lent them and helped them, and I put my little 2 cents in it, it become our argument. So I'll be like, whatever. I don't put my 2 cents in because I know she just want to vent. She just want me to listen. Because if I say, well, why you lent your sister the $500? You know she wasn't going to pay it back. This ain't the first time she didn't lend you money. She didn't pay you back last time. Then it becomes me and her argument. And then we
Right.
find ourselves sitting right on our living room like this. He's just watching us argue about something that had nothing to do with me. I'm sitting doing my YouTube videos, and next thing I know, I'm arguing with my wife about some stuff that I had nothing to do with.
Mm.
So men do the same thing to you. He will come in and talk about his brother, his best friend, and soon you put your little 2 cents in it, he's blowing up on you. That's when you know it's toxic.
Yeah, but if say your ex-wife, she was coming in and she wanted to blow off some steam from work, that was another relationship or environment that she should have cut. Because if she feels as if it is affecting her so drastically, why did she stay there and then come home and take it out on your family? And that is why my topic is not only about family, it's about the workplace, it's about friends. We need to know when to quit.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a mistake on her part. She should have given up that entire environment if it was affecting her so badly.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't realize what is really affecting us, and we take home these baggages and we lay them on the persons that we meet. The first person we meet at the door.
Boom.
Oh, this woman, she did this in the office today. Totally forgetting that we're in a different setting, different environment, and it affects people differently.
And my dad, God bless, he's been dead 26 years now, and he taught me something. And I advise everybody here and Michael Jackson made a song about it, Man in the Mirror. My
Mm-hmm.
dad, before Michael Jackson made that song, my dad would say, when people come to you, talk about this person did me wrong, this person did me wrong, that person did me wrong. And my dad would say, guess who's always in that picture? You. You see, because that other woman didn't grow up like you. That other woman didn't grow up the only person in that picture that you tell all this story about is you. You're picking the wrong man. You're picking the wrong woman because out of all those bad relationships you've been to, it's the same person as you. You have to change. You
Amen.
have to be honest with yourself. You got to be, as a woman, got to say, I know I'm attracted to a man because I wear makeup, I wear the push-up bras. That's
Mhm.
the first thing men see. They don't see what's here. So I hate when women talk about I want a man that love me for my mind. A man do not see your mind, he sees your body. So you got to be a woman enough to understand you got curves, you have
Mhm.
Mother Africa gave you a bump and a hump, and that's what we see before
As
we
a
know what's
man.
up here. The same thing with a man. Women
Mhm.
doesn't see the man's mind. The woman see he's tall, he's dark,
Mhm.
handsome, but he's a Looney Tune. By the time you realize he's a aggressive man, he's an abusive
Mhm.
man, it's too late. You already done dove in because you did not take the time. You fell in love with his beautiful eyes, his nice Indian looking hair, his light skinnedness, his
This factor.
aggressive towards men. Because when he's aggressive toward men, chances are he's aggressive toward women also. And you gotta learn. But at the same time, you don't want to gonna say a soft man because that's a turn off for
Mhm.
a lot of women. You think you want that little friend of yours, but you even be stern enough to where he's he's demanding and he demands his respect from his wife or his family,
Mhm.
but at the same time he's not overbearing. And a
Right.
lot of us, we confuse a strong black man or a man, period, by the way he act, and that's wrong because if he is so narrow minded, he like
Mm-hmm.
his shit a certain way, he like his clothes a certain way. That's the wrong man for you, unless you want to be a slave. When he talk about I want my dinner on the table at 7 o'clock, I like my shirt starched and pressed. I need you to when I say turn your butt over, that's the wrong man for a lot of women. And it's not. And I know a lot of us, our women are not raised with their dads, but this is what you're missing, dad, because a real father is going to tell you that's a wrong person for you. Unless you
Mm-hmm.
want to be a slave to a man or a slave to a woman, it's not. If the woman gets jealous of your mother, you don't need to be there. I'm kidding you not. If your so-called fiance, girlfriend always have an issue with your mom or your sister, you close to your sisters, and you take
Mm-hmm.
care of your mom, if they have a problem with that, take off and run. I'm telling that if there's any men here, I'm telling you it's wrong because some men too now you got to be stop being mama boys because once you decide to take on a wife, I ain't say a girlfriend, I ain't say a
Mm-hmm.
fiance because none of us is French. Stop using that fiance crap. You either a girlfriend or a wife. There's no such
Mm-hmm.
thing as fiance.
Mm-hmm.
Stop using that word fiance. And you've been with him for 10 years and you still talking about he's my fiance. No, you girlfriend. You have no right to him. Every
Mm-hmm.
woman that comes in the supermarket has rights to him. Because if you've been with somebody, if you're gonna play the fiance thing, let it be for 12 months. If it
Mm-hmm.
has 12 months, there's no fiance. And once you drop a seedling on this crust earth right now, you became a wife. If he don't want to wife you, and you already put a baby out here that breathes with his bloodline in it, if he doesn't marry you, he's no good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So when he talks about I'm not ready, but he's ready to have a kid by you, but he's not ready to put a ring on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk about I'm gonna wait to I don't want to go down the aisle with being pregnant in a wedding dress. Well, they make wedding dress for pregnant women too. Don't let it beat y'all in the head with that nonsense about and y'all play into it talking about I don't want to go down the aisle because I'm gonna look fat. Well, you carrying that man's baby. And
Exactly.
if you good enough to go through labor pains and sickness in the morning sickness, you are just as eligible to be his wife. Point blank. You ain't gotta wait for him to come answer. You tell him, listen, bro, there's a bun in the oven. It is 3 months old and I need to be married.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to marry me, you go out the door right now. We're not playing this game of 3 kids later crap. When you become old and like me with a bald spot, not attractive no more because you got a bald spot in your head. You wearing a hat to cover your bald spot.
Mm-hmm.
Now he want to marry you after no women are chasing him no more. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know men gonna make me mad at me, but men tend to come to rest when other women don't chase him no more. As long as he has a woman at that job or that domino game at the side clubs, y'all know what I'm talking about. He ain't
Mm-hmm.
marrying you. It's the day when they stop messing with him. Now he want to come and marry you. Now he want to lock you down. But for
Mm-hmm.
15 years and 3 kids later, he wasn't thinking about it until the women started leaving him alone. Or the other women got smart and went and got husbands. Now he ain't got nobody. Now he running back home trying to mend fences with you, but you're already tired of his mess. But what happened is you got 3 kids by him. Now you want to see you trying to show off your charm and your girlfriends. You know he ain't no good for you. Leave that man alone. Let him
Oh,
keep let him keep walking down that aisle. You know, it's just one of the things. And stop being scared to be alone, ladies. Stop being scared to being alone. A lot of y'all in some bad relationships because y'all are so scared to be alone.
alone. I love that.
And
Microphone, I love that.
and
Top being
it's true. This is coming from a man. A lot of y'all sisters and women here, y'all all sisters are scared to be alone. Y'all are scared to go to your mama house for vacations and holidays because your sister's over there with her husband. So you trying to pick anything to make it seem happy, and you're not happy. This guy at your mother's Thanksgiving table in 10 years. It's not gonna happen. Come there late, and when your mama get on your case about when she gonna have grandkids and when you gonna get married, He ain't in the cards for me right now. God
Mhm.
haven't sent them to me. Stop faking the funk, ladies. A man knows with just like women know when they're gonna sleep with you, they already know they was gonna sleep with you or not. Men know the same thing.
Mhm.
He knows when he saw you, when you start that first 2 dates, I'll say 2 dates. He know if he's
Mhm.
gonna marry you or he's just gonna have
Mhm.
a fun time with you and walk away out of your life.
Mhm.
Men know that. And don't let them BS you. And I'm telling you, a man knows just like a woman knows if she's gonna sleep with you. A woman can see me right now and say, "Oh my God, he looks great. I'm gonna sleep with him next week." She already know. My wife
Wow.
can tell you when she met me, she already knew I was gonna be hers.
Would you be okay if this conversation that we're having, if
Mhm.
I cut it and put it in a video on my
You can do
channel?
what you want. I'm microfarmer. I'm not saying nothing. I say I'm a grown man. I'm 53. I'm retired. I got this is my second marriage. My wife know I ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
She know I'm not crazy. I got too much to lose. It's cheaper to keep her. I know y'all heard that in this world. It's
Yep.
cheaper to keep him and her. For
Mm-hmm.
me, it's cheaper to keep her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not losing my all my marbles to for nobody. You can put my in any segment you want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Notice how you make some really good
I'm not
points.
hiding for no ex-wives. I'm not hiding from the FBI. I'm not. So you can put me up wherever you want to put me
No,
on.
I'm
Go
just
for
saying. I'm just saying that you guys really made some really good points that I could highlight
it.
and
Mhm.
bring it over into just like a 10-minute clip or
Right.
so that persons can be informed and educated about what is it that they need to give up. And coming from a man's perspective, I think
Real
it
man.
real good nuggets that they can use and they can apply to their lives. And if they're going through this similar situation, then they can say, hey, if that there's a man that is advising me to do this, why am I still doing that?
Mhm.
So, Microfarmer, I want to thank you for taking the time out to come on and talk with us this evening. I really appreciate
Look,
your
I
knowledge and your
before you
expertise.
leave, I want to say one more thing. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish, but I want to say one thing to the women here before you.
Mhm. Yeah, we really appreciate your expertise, and it seems as if you have a lot of hands-on experiences to share with us.
I have a a young lady from Kingston next door to me. Her husband passed away, and
Mm,
a lot of us women, I'm not even gonna say sisters, women, always say, "I want a man to tell the truth."
mm-hmm.
You got to be truthful yourself. Do you want the man to tell you the truth? See, because if a
Mhm.
man came to you and said, "Hey, you know, you look good, inspiration, charm, because I see you working out, I see you doing the butt squats and all
Mhm.
that, working out, you're looking,
Right.
you look good." Seriously,
I
no,
know.
seriously, I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
Sometimes,
If the
sometimes
man
we
came,
ask for too
but
much and we cannot handle it.
if the man came and been honest with you, he's saying, "You know what? I see myself in your bed." You
Mm-hmm.
get upset. So what happened is men tend to lie to you to get in your bed. Because if he came in straight, say, you know what, especially Cham, I see you working out in the morning, doing your little 15, 5 minute squats, and your butt
Mm-hmm.
looking great, and I would like to get with that. You'll be telling
You'll
him, get
be
out of here.
mad.
No, you'll tell him, get out of here with your nasty self. What?
Mm.
Oh, girl, I love you. You look good. I see you working out. I enjoy you. You look like you got a chip on your head. But he lied to you because he really just wanted to get in your cookie jar.
Exactly.
If a man came and really told you what he want,
Mm-hmm.
throw him to the curve real quick. So what we do, y'all have set us up to lie to you to get
Mm-hmm.
what we want. Because we can't come to a woman with a nice butt on her, a nice lips, and she got her eyes all dollars. She got the push-up bra. She got
Mm-hmm.
the girl sucking everything in. You're looking good because
Mm-hmm.
entice men. You don't realize that society made you get into them tight little jeans, them
Mm-hmm.
spandex, them push-up bras, them fake eyelashes, those
I'm clean.
extensions, those extensions. We are looking at y'all like a cereal box. We like, oh, I want to try that. We want to try you. You'll call us dirty dogs. That's all you want to
Mm-hmm.
do. You just want to get in my cookies.
Mm-hmm.
That's if he came truthfully to. But now he got to learn how to. Oh, girl, you look good. I see you at work. I see you're a busy woman. You're doing your thing. He's lying to you. Let him
Exactly.
be truthful, and you should let him be truthful. When you sit down at that dinner table, when he take you out to dinner and spend that $100 on you, what are you
Mm-hmm.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Hers. You like
Mm-hmm.
your bra. You like my eyelashes. Let him tell him to be honest. You want to get in my cookie jar?
What is it that you want?
You want my cookie jar?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's looking for. He gonna tell you all kind of. When a man starts talking about what he has and not knowing what you have, leave the table because what he's trying to do is sell himself to you about. I got cars, I got a house. He don't know jack about what you got in your life. He's already telling you about what he has. He's a showboater. And he's hoping that he tells you he got his own house, he has cars, he makes a lot of money, and what he's doing is fishing you.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I,
a real woman that has her own stuff ain't telling you nothing about her. You don't know if she got real estate property. You don't know if she has a $100,000 job. She's not.
exactly.
Men come to you and put out the buffet and
Mm-hmm.
that buffet and trap you when he tell you,
Mm-hmm.
girl, I can make your life better. I can get you this. I can give you the heaven and earth. You don't own that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have your own house.
I said to a friend of mine, if I should ever start dating again,
Mhm.
I these are some of the questions that I will ask the person when I go on date.
Mhm.
How much debt do you owe? Like real life question.
Wrong.
I would
Wrong.
I
Wrong.
would
Let me give you the main question that you need to ask somebody, a male. Have you ever been mentally institutionalized? Have you been evaluated as OCD? Have you been evaluated ACDC, whatever that thing is? Those are
hello
things women
Jennifer,
gonna ask.
welcome.
Then you ask about how much debt he is. First, you ask him, has he ever been diagnosed with some type of schizophrenic or
Ah,
anger management?
you
Those
think
are
they
the
will
first
tell you
things.
that? You think they will tell you that? No.
Yes, because if he won't tell you that, then you need to get off the table and go in your car or catch an Uber or whatever, a taxi and go home.
Let
Because
let me pull your legs. What if they have been diagnosed, but they are like, hey, that's my deep dark secret. You're not gonna know about it. That's
true,
how that's how you start with them. That's how I say I start with the money. All right. How much debts do you own right
I
now?
have no debts.
Oh, really? So who do you want? No, how
I'm
do
going to ask you
you
a question. I
yeah,
have no debts.
yeah, play. How do you manage? How do you survive?
I retired. I have stocks and funds.
Really,
Mhm.
stocks are locked in for a certain amount of time. Do you see where I'm getting it? I'm
I'm
getting it.
going to hold on, hold on.
How do you live on a daily basis? Come,
I call my broker and he sends me a check every month and I pay the taxes on my retirement.
that's impossible. So
It's
right
true.
then,
Hold on, John,
with
John,
you,
John,
with you,
John,
with you, because you're
John, hold on,
you're
John,
retired.
John, John, John. I'm giving you this real. I'm giving. I know you on live. You'll be 2 hours, right, John? I actually does that. I
In,
retired. Hold up. I retired at the age of 46 years.
no, I'm saying you
And
can do that because you're retired. That's what I
no,
said.
but I'm telling you how I survive on my retirement is I have
Mhm.
stocks and bonds, which I call my broker, and I
Right.
ask them to send me $2,500, and I pay the United States taxes on that 2,500.
Mhm.
That's how I live off my investment.
Right.
But most women would say, just what you say, you're lying, and I'm like,
No. I have to know your status before I can jump and say you're lying. But if I see you walking, nice 37 year old man walking to nice restaurant and he's like all dressed up and whatever, and you're gonna
I feel
tell
like a
me
bum.
that you are retired
Yep.
at age 33 and you're living off stocks and bonds. How
Mm.
long have you invested in those stocks and bonds so that you could be reaping the rewards? You're just 32 years old. Unless your family pass you down some wealth that I'm not aware of, and I'm not going to live off your family's wealth. So
Mhm.
sometimes you have to ask the hard questions so that they can say, and you will see them start flushing. You
Mhm,
them start
mhm.
like, where's she going?
Start sweating, start
And you start
sweating.
wiping sweat. Even if you don't need that information, you have to attack them where it hurts.
Yes.
How many children do you have? Even when you know the person don't have any children. What was
Mhm.
your last relationship like? People are afraid to get into those old they think that it's not necessary. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Men don't like when women interrogate them at the get-go. They don't like it.
I love it. I love it because I have fun with it. And my wife would tell you, she like, I look like a bum. I look like the bum. I don't wear, and I'm gonna give y'all a hint.
Mm-hmm.
Flashy men are broke.
Mm-hmm.
Flashy men are broke. Did you hear from microphone? Flashy men
Men are
are broke.
broke.
You watch the rich people, the people that has money, do
I
not
see
buy
them.
Gucci. They don't buy Louis Vuittons. If they do
Mm-hmm.
buy, they buy it in their company's name and it's a write-off. Don't let
Mm-hmm.
rich people fool you that they spending $5,000 on a Louis Vuitton bag. What they doing is they're using a company's credit cards and
Mm-hmm.
they write it off as business clothing,
Mm-hmm.
spending their money like a lot of us do, who goes out and busts our chops to spend $5,000 on a Louis Vuitton bag
Mm-hmm.
a write off. What those Caucasians and black rich people do, they write that off as business clothes. If you do your taxes, that's how they do it. They don't drive fancy cars. They have one
Mm-hmm.
fancy car, and then they got
Mm-hmm.
a car they drive around. I mean, a regular Toyota or whatever. It might not be beat up, and they have one good car when they do business.
Mm-hmm.
That's what me and my wife do. When you look at me, I don't look like a man
Mm-hmm.
with money. I look like a regular Joe, a regular blue coat collar worker, and and I do YouTube for fun. And a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
get like my wife told me I'm gonna get in trouble. I do YouTube for fun, but I want to, I seen your show today, and I want the women to know how to figure out bad men. I mean, I can't
Mm-hmm.
speak for a lot of women, but I can speak for bad men. They come flashy, they flash a lot of cash in front of you, they are fishing you. When they start talking about how much money they have and how many real estates they have, how much money they made, they are fishing you because a real man who has money is talking about you and him. He's not talking about
Mm-hmm.
what he has. And if you get caught on what he has and he drives up in a Lamborghini, he drives up in a BMW, you're getting fished because a real man will sit across the table with you eating dinner. He'll talk about you. He'll talk
Mm-hmm.
about you. He's not talking about it. He's talking about what you want in life. That's
Mm-hmm.
the man looking for it for you because he want to know what you want to do. So when y'all ask a man what he wants to follow, if he doesn't ask that for you in the first beginning, he's not the man for you because the man should be asking you, Charm, when he meets you, what do you want to see yourself? If he's all good about you, what
Yes.
do you want to see yourself in 5 years? And you turn around and say, hey, I would like to be married to you. And if he goes,
Mm.
ah, get off the table, go home. Because he should ask you that question. Y'all shouldn't ask a man that question. A man should be asking you where you see yourself in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The man is
Yeah.
not going to be on, he's not going to be jumping saying, I'm going to marry you. You should be saying, he should be saying, I'm looking to marry you because I
Mm-hmm.
saw the nice booty in the supermarket. I saw you at
Mm-hmm.
the carnival.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see this curve. That's what I saw first. But now I got to find out where your
What
mind
is in here? Yeah.
because I already know I like the body and spirit and charm. I love charm. I love your body, charm.
Mm-hmm.
I see that.
Mm-hmm.
I see that in your videos. I see it when you came with the nice little skin skirt, push up. I
Mm-hmm.
saw all that. So now the only thing I need to know about you is here. If he don't ask you
Exactly.
about here, he's not. He's just looking for your body. And I'll tell you,
Mhm.
anybody, any woman that's in here, if a man doesn't ask you what you want in 5 years, he ain't the man for you. If that doesn't come up in the second date about what you want, he ain't for you. If you're the one asking what he wants, he's gonna lie to you.
Mhm.
He should be asking you what you want. What do you want out of a man? He should be asking you what you want out of me. So he should be like, Charm, what do you want out of me? I
Mhm.
know what I see of you. I see your body. I want to know
Mhm.
what you want me to do that I can help you. That's the question men that should ask you if he's pursuing you. He should ask you the questions, what can I do to get you where you need to be, Charm?
Mhm.
All y'all women here who's left here, that's what a man should be asking you on a second date. The first day he might ask you about your mom, your family, your kids, the basic stuff. The second day he should be asking you what can he do to get you where you need to be as a woman
Mhm.
with him. Not you asking him what he where he sees where he need to be in 5. Because 5 years he don't see you. He sees him hitting you for the next 12 months and he walking out your life for the next big booty. And
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
he should be asking you on the second date where you want to be.
And that's why when you start the relationship on the wrong footing,
Yeah.
you
So a
have
lot of
problems.
women, I got two young daughters. I got 7-year-olds, and I got two other daughters who's 33 and 27. And I taught them what to look for a man. If a man doesn't ask you on a second date where you want and what you need to get where you need to be as a woman with him, he's no good because he just saw your body.
Mhm.
That's all he saw. Y'all need to stop asking the questions that the man should be asking y'all. He should be asking you where you see yourself at with me in 5 years, not you asking him where he see himself in 5 years. And
Yeah,
that's a
right.
lot of mistakes of mismanagement, misinformation going out in the community of women. The man should be asking you all the questions because he's pursuing you. Stop pursuing us. Let the man pursue
Mhm.
you. If he have interest in you, because that's what that movie they had is. How do you know he's really into you? If he's really into you, he's going to ask you what you need him to do to get you where you need to be. Even if you are a mother of 2 or 3, that man who's want to come in your life is going to ask you what I need to do to get you where you need to be.
Mhm.
All
Mhm.
y'all women here that's hearing me, um, just a real man perspective. I know I catch a lot of heat from men telling y'all this, but take a little bit what I said. If a man is not asking you what you need from him to get where you need to be in life, he ain't the man for you. Stop asking all the questions. You're not Oprah. Y'all done fell in the Oprah syndrome. Stop asking all the questions. I'm just saying. My wife got a college education off of me. She's a
Mhm.
master's degree nurse. She's a professor now. She's a ER nurse at Stanford Hospital, and she teaches as in the college in nursing
Mhm.
because I asked her what she needed to get
Mhm.
where she wanted to be. And
Good.
my wife, who's 20 years younger than me, my second wife is 20 years younger than me. I'm
Mhm.
53, she's 33. And the questions I asked her, what do you need me to do to get you where you want to be? And what it
Amen.
was, I had to buy college books. I had to make sure she went to college. I made sure she got her master's degree. I made
Mhm.
sure so she got where she needed to be so
Mhm.
we can be happy as a family. And I got
Exactly.
two 7-year-old twins upstairs running around. And I know
Mhm.
Chum, y'all hear them in my video every time. I have two girls. I'm retired at the age of 46 because my wife, who's 20 years younger than me,
Mhm.
I got her where she needed to be, where she wanted to be, so
Mhm.
all of us can be happy at the end of the day. That's why
Yeah.
my wife is not jealousy. Like my husband know because he not created her, but I got her where she wanted to be.
Yeah.
Not you. Y'all been a lot of women been putting men in businesses, and soon he get in that business, you hear those movies. She was there when nobody else was there, and he came rich,
Mhm.
and he left y'all because
Mhm.
you doing the wrong things. You're trying to build a man. This is not create a bear. Remember that little malls they go create bears and stuff at the malls and stuff. Stop trying to create a man. A man should be creating you. Yeah, a man should be uplifting a woman because you his queen.
Mhm.
Take care of his queen. Once
Yep.
again, kings take care of their queens, not the queens take care of their kings. Y'all got it back. Kings take care of their queens. I mean, it's some
That's
wicked
why we need to cut these people when they're not performing. Cut them.
them. And I'm telling you, that's from a man. Your king need to take care of his queen, not a greedy queen. Now you
Mm-mm.
can't be a wicked queen. Can't be a wicked queen because there's some wicked queens out here. But if you're a good queen, you will let your king take care of you,
Yes.
not let him take care of you and some
Yeah.
side piece, no good bro. You know what I
Mm.
mean, ladies?
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Your king has to know that he is taking care of his queen. And the queen needs to know, see, this is from Africa. We all from Africa. I don't care if you're in Jamaica,
Mhm.
Trinidad, America, or you
Yes.
sitting over in England. We all from Africa. And those
Mhm.
queens stuck by their queens. And those queens stuck by their king. They didn't have no side dude. They didn't have no
Mhm.
side chick. I mean, they might have some concubines because that was back in the days, but it was always the main wife. But
Mhm.
nowadays we don't live in that concubine world because we in America and we took our
Mhm.
British traditions instead of our African traditions because of.
Mhm.
But kings take care of their queens, and queens got to make sure when he take care of his queen got his back 100%.
Taken care of.
Queens, they call themselves queens, but they do their king so dirty, like Macbeth. They will stab their king in the back, and y'all know those type of women. That man went backwards for her, and she stabbed him for a no good joker,
Mhm.
a juster of the courts.
Mhm.
And she lost everything. She lost her kids. She lost a good man because she was playing games because she was a wicked queen. So
Mhm.
to yourselves, queens out here, and let the king rule. Stop letting you feel that the queen overrules the king. But the king has to have a balance. And a lot of us lost that balance of is between a ruler and a dictator and a king. A king listens to his queen.
Right.
See, a king does shut you down. He's like, "Oh, Charm, I'm gonna do what I want to do, Charm. You just follow." That's not a king. A king listens to his queen,
Mhm.
and that's what y'all got to understand when y'all pick these new men in your lives, or if you choose to. Your king needs to listen to you. Like my wife, she know I could be stubborn sometimes, but really, she already know when she said it. it
Mhm.
it's like a bullet ricocheting in my head. What she
Mhm.
said, I might be like, nah, but I'm really thinking what she said to me.
Yeah.
Break down some days and be like, you know what, babe, you're right. And she's
Mhm.
younger. She's
Mhm.
younger than me. But sometimes you think we're not listening, but we do. But if you start arguing with us about what you just said, all
Mhm.
we have to do is say it once. We heard it. We heard it. Trust me, we heard it. But now if you argue, we're gonna act like kids and rebel against you. And then we mess our whole lives up. We'll go out there and cheat with that no good woman. We'll try to hump on your cousins and your girlfriends because because what happened is you argued about him.
Mhm.
And he's gonna rebel like a child. But if you just tell him once, men listen. Don't believe that. Men do listen. They heard you. Because
Yeah.
it's just like your parents say, you heard me? You go, huh? Now you remember that thing? If you said, huh, you heard what I said.
Mhm.
I learned that. Real men listen to their queens, y'all.
Right. Let me Carl, welcome. Thank you for coming. Teacher Simon. Um she's giving you
Thank
hot
you.
taps. Laugh out loud. That's a dictator. Welcome, Nasa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Teacher Simon is saying, Charm, I love this life. Keep it up. Gotta go. And blessings, sis. Thank you so very much for coming, my lovely. Really appreciate you and your input. Appreciate it. Um, Carl, always, always, sis. Thank you for coming, Carl. Appreciate it. There's somebody I missed out. Somebody that came in after. I don't want to miss anybody.
Yeah, don't miss
Positive
nobody.
Future, I saw you. Thank you for coming. And Jen, I saw you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Jennifer, for
Thank you
coming.
for letting me be part of this. But I always wanted, before I was microphone, I always wanted to make a YouTube called Dear Brothers and Sisters because we are getting it wrong. And we are, as black kings and black queens out here, we are having it all wrong.
Mhm,
And our women and our men have forgotten who's supposed to lead and who's supposed to
mhm,
be examples. And we have fallen apart. And
mhm.
it's ridiculous, but I know I'm gonna catch a lot of heat if I started
Don't
that
worry.
show.
Don't
And
worry. I'll have another edition where we I'll invite a good panelists and I'll
yeah,
throw questions and you can
mhm.
bring along some of your friends and we'll answer some questions as
and
to what and how it should be in the home.
and I hope so. When you put me back on, I have another segment for y'all women. Y'all are your worst enemy. I can tell you some secrets how men get y'all
All right, we're gonna save that one for another day.
because women are their worst enemy. Trust me. Because a lot of y'all women talk about I don't that's why I don't have girlfriends. I don't have women as girlfriends and stuff like
That's a
that.
lie.
Because y'all your worst enemy. And a lot of men have used that against y'all. Even myself, when I was a young man, I used women against women
Yes.
because it's so easy. And I will give you those secrets and let some of y'all stop doing what y'all do.
You're gonna come back and give us those secrets in the next live, right?
All right. You just invite me, I'm in. Because
All
I
right.
say about, and if some of y'all sisters will listen to me, you will have a 15-year plus marriage. You
All
will have
right.
a
We're gonna
successful
come back
relationship.
and ask you for those inputs. We're
Yeah,
coming
because
back. All right,
I'm glad it's on your platform because I have one. I wanted to start it, dear brothers and sisters, because brothers got issues and a lot of sisters. But if the sisters correct their issues, the brothers
Mm-hmm.
get fine. It's that thing when they say when you was in kindergarten, if you don't pay the butthole any mind, he'll fall in line. Like that, the kid that always being a clown in the classroom.
Oh.
You say you stay focused, don't pay him no mind.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do that to men. Pay them no mind. They will get in line.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll take that. I'll take that and I'll run
Oh
with
yeah.
that.
If
All
y'all put men will respect y'all
right.
if
Mm-hmm.
y'all respect yourselves. Because
Oh.
we can't come with BS. We got to come with correctness.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all, a lot of our sisters need to stop. They do. They need to stop. And I'll bring down the next subject when you
All
call me.
right. Thank you so very much. See you next time.
Take care. Enjoy. All right. Thank you so much, Charles.
All
Love
right. Bye bye,
you. Good
microphone.
night,
I'm
y'all.
really happy to have you.
All right.
So, guys, there you have it. We heard from Micro Farmer tonight. Isn't that lovely? Some great inputs, great insights he shared with us. And I think I'm going to, I'd already asked for his permission. I'm going to take out some of that clipping and I'm going to post that on my channel in a separate video because he made some really good points. And we need to remember that when our relationship are getting toxic, we need to cut them. So I think Tyrone, are you still here? If you're still here and you still want to come up, that's fine. If not, then we can if anyone else want to come up and share anything, that's fine. We could go for another 10 minutes to 2:30. Sorry. So 2.5 hours. If you want to do that, that's okay as well. But I do hope that you can send other persons over to check out this live. I'm sure that they're going to get some good information that we have discussed here. And those of you who are here, you can go ahead and check out my membership. I've launched my membership, and I can just tell you about that. So my membership, I try to keep it at minimum because I do not want to pressure anybody. I didn't even want to do it, but every time you go to your YouTube channel, once that you have reached that part, they keep on telling you, "Oh, activate your membership." You keep on getting messages. So I have kept mine to the lowest of lowest. So the first level is iCharm. So you'll get shout outs in my videos, and it's $1.99 for the subscription. Then the second level is iCharm Motivate. That section you'll be featured on my channel. So you'll be a featured channel on my channel. So there's a part, if you look on your YouTube platform where you see featured channel, you have seen some other members there already. So I'll be featuring some people there. Their persons will be going on my status. Their persons will be doing you'll get everything that comes in iCharm, the first level. Then you move on to level number 3, iCharm Encourage. So you'll get all the other perks that comes with level 1 and 2. For level 3 is $10. I think it's $10. Yes, $10. And level 2 is $4. Once again, you're not pressured. You're not. But if you want to get exclusive clips and anything like that, help with your watch hours, playlists, stuff like that, you can become a part. I have my computer all set up to start doing playlists for those persons who become members so that you can get your watch hours and you can become monetized. And even after monetization, we can also continue doing playlists so we can keep our watch hour, because there's something that I've noticed. The moment you get monetized, your watch hour drops drastically, and you have to get on top of that again to start building that in order to stay within that threshold for the next year. Even though you might not think it's anything, but it does affect you. So If anyone else is here and want to give any 6 cents on how they get rid of toxic people in their life, you have 5 minutes to elaborate on such. If not, we can call it a day. I can remind you of the 7 ways to get rid of toxic people out of your life. I wrote it on my thing here so I can remind you, and then we can go at within the next 6 minutes, right? So first you need to identify the toxicity, right? The toxicity. You need to identify that first. The first step of getting rid of something or someone toxic is actually to recognize the fact that it is harming you. So that's the first thing. You need to be firm. You need to set boundaries and stick by them. You need to, and I'm going to say this, you need to stop being so nice. You cannot be so nice to people who are hurting you. People are going to take your kindness for weakness. Realize that it's not your job to save them. So you're gonna say, "Oh, I have to stay in there because if I do this, that is gonna." It's not your job to save anybody. Save yourself. Know that when it is done, it is done. Treat your separation like it is the breakup it is. So those are my tips for getting rid of toxic people or getting out of toxic relationships, whether it is going to be at home, in the workplace, or with friends. We need to prioritize our health, our well-being, and choose what is best for us. All right, so we have 4 minutes to go. If you like this discussion, give me some hearts in the chat below, and so next time we can come up and talk about something more interesting and intriguing. If you like this discussion, I know many of you got some good tips from it, and I do hope that this has been an eye-opener for you. Yes, I do got Instagram. My name is Inspiring Charm 1 on Instagram. Same as you, same as YT, but it's Inspiring Charm 1. That's my IG name. Hello, my lovely sister. We have 3 minutes to go. Thanks for coming, Fabian and Mom. Appreciate it. Girl, were you here when we were having the big talk? Guys, we have Fabian and Mom in the house. I think you were probably here because my numbers are still at 4 for amazing people watching. Right? So, really good to have you. I am doing extremely well. How are you? You saw the topic that we were dealing with tonight. Oh, you were here. Good, 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 good. You saw the topic that we were dealing with. We have two persons came on and they expressed themselves. And I do think it is something that we need to look into as individuals and identify areas in which we can cut out these people out of our lives or even the environments that we're in that are not conducive for ourselves. We need to get rid of them. Fantastic topic. Love it. Thank you, my sis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was cooking. I got my hands full. I understand. Mothers, wives. Whew. I don't even want to continue. Mothers, wife, teachers, nurses, and all of these other occupations that we hold. I tell you. As you see me here, I have another lesson plan that I have to go prepare for that thing around there. So, yeah, we have so many lives that we have to live and so many things that we have to do. It's all in the package. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have 2 more minutes to go, and it was really good having you guys here tonight. I truly appreciate you. Really, really love the support that you have given me. I didn't know what I was gonna speak about tonight, but I'm like, you know what? let me talk about something that bothered me, and it went well. I just wrote down my few pointers that I wanted to highlight and what I'm doing to get rid of toxic people out of my life, and it worked. It turned out so well. Yes, that's true. We have so many roles we have to play, my dear. So I want to thank you so very much for coming, for supporting me. It means a lot. I really appreciate it. Remember, if you're interested in my channel, remember to tell your friend about my channel. Remember to like, share, comment, and guess what? My membership is now open. Check it out, check it out, check it out. If you're interested, join. There are many more things to come. I want to tell you good night. Peace out. Bye for now. It's your girl, Inspiring Charm. Peace.